Thank you for watching this short film on how to care for your paintbrushes. Here at Cranfield, we're always pleased when people buy plenty of paint, but we see no reason why you should waste your brushes. So just a few simple tips. It's worth remembering, especially if it's a natural hairbrush, that the bristles are what's known as hygroscopic. That means they absorb water. So especially important if you're painting with acrylics, make your brush wet before you start painting. Otherwise, the first few dibs you take of acrylic paint, well, all the moisture will be sucked out of the paint and the paint will feel very differently to subsequent dibs of paint you take. So first of all, soak the brush. Secondly, during painting, whilst you're working, every so often, clean the brush as you go. And that's important because slowly, over a period, paint will work its way up the bristles into the clasp of the brush, and then the paint can come out at the wrong time, perhaps when you're painting a lighter colour later in the day. So soak the brush first of all, clean it as you go. Then at the end of the painting, that's when you really have to work hard. You have to choose a suitable cleaner. It may be that if you're using an oil-based paint, you'll use turpentine, but if you're not comfortable with that, there are plenty of safer alternatives, such as a low aromatic thinner, for example, where there won't be the same volatile smell. If you're painting with acrylics, then use soap and water and wash under cold water under the tap. Once you've cleaned those brushes, remember that brushes can have a bad hair day. Here's an example which intentionally has been stored badly. So how are we going to put new life into this brush? Well, if you have a bad day at home, I dare say you use a hair conditioner. That's all we do with a paintbrush. And we work it in, perhaps on the palm of your hand, into the bristles, like this. And after a little while, we'll put life back into the brush and we can smooth it out and bring it back to its former glory. So we've cleaned suitably, we've put new life back into the brush. It just remains to store it sensibly. The temptation is to store a brush like this. That is the wrong way, because when we come to use it, it will not only have picked up all the silt from the bottom of the pot, it'll also have a terrible shape to it. So the way we store our brushes is, after we've thoroughly cleaned them, we make sure that they're dry. If we leave liquid, especially water, inside the clasp of the brush, it will rust. And if you're painting iron oxide earth colours, that's okay, you don't mind the brown, but if you're painting anything else, it's not good to have a rusty brush. So don't store it with moisture still in the clasp. Make sure it's thoroughly dry, and then once it is dry, store it upright. If that's not possible, store it horizontally, perhaps in a wire cutlery mesh, but never store it like that. A few simple tips so that you can get more life out of your paintbrushes. But do keep buying plenty of paint.